Alright, hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Brokecast. As you can see here, we have another beautiful fellow who has joined us.
I'm Aafwan.
Aafwan. Okay, this is our first episode doing live. This guy set it up. Shout out to this guy Aafwan. You guys can just look him up on Instagram.
I'll have the details.
Have the details.
Thanks for setting this up. And what's funny is he wrote Broke here. Our name is Brokecast, and this place is so good. We are Brokecast. Come on.
Hey, it's very contradicting, but it goes, right?
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
the
up
main
your
thing.
production quality, man.
Yeah, shout out to this guy. So
Because of him, we're not broke anymore.
Dude, I feel a little nervous here as well. So this guy.
Come on, we're gonna get used to it.
Yeah, it's
Give
fine.
it 5 to 10 minutes.
So we decided we'll talk about veganism.
Before we go to veganism, everybody, the reason we decide to talk about veganism is because Eid is coming, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of cows are gonna be dying.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So I guess this is the perfect time to talk about eating meat, veganism, and everything.
Yeah. Wait, before you start, why don't you explain what Eid is?
So Eid is something that Muslims celebrate, and in Bangladesh, I think it's more of a cultural thing at this point because everybody does it. So I guess even people who are not that great of a believer, they still do it, and that's fine. I guess it's a part of a culture, and it's a cultural festival, as you can say, where you sacrifice, or as you can say, slaughter animals.
Sacrifice.
Let's go with sacrifice. I guess that sounds better. Yeah. So yeah, speaking of that, what are your thoughts about veganism?
Veganism. Right. It's eco-friendly.
All right.
Eco-friendly.
Fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's why people do it, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
It's eco-friendly. So that's the interpretation that it's eco-friendly. That's why they do veganism.
So I guess, as far as I've seen,
Or is
with
it
mostly
mercy
vegans. Yeah, it's like what do you call it? People have sympathy for animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not eco-friendly because it is, and cows fart the shit out.
Yeah, but
They fart a lot of
cows
methane.
is not among the animals that might go extinct in a few years.
No, it's
It
not
has
the
a
problem with
high
extinction.
production.
Definitely, that's the problem. Because the reason cows are bad for the environment, right, is because they fart a lot, and it's a fact. And they fart a lot of methane, which is a greenhouse gas.
Yeah.
Global warming and shit, I guess we all know about it.
Yeah.
Or we don't. Doesn't
Chill
really
out.
matter. Yeah, we're getting it.
They're getting any part.
Yeah.
No, let me explain. So what happens is, if you're raising a cow, it takes how long? 10 years or something?
10 years, 3 years for it to mature properly.
Yeah, mature to slaughter, right? And in that 3 years, you have to feed that cow a lot of food. You need a lot of water, and you need a lot of land, right? So it takes a lot of resources just to make one cow grow up to maturity, right? So there are lots of millions of cows, and a lot of resources are required for that, right? So if you're going vegan, their mentality is that you're saving all of those resources just by not raising the cows.
Okay.
Instead of you can just grow some vegetables that takes just a few months to grow. So that's their logic behind how it's eco-friendly.
Yeah.
But I guess the idea of it is so, threatening to us because all of us have been eating meat our whole
I
life.
used to trash vegan people so much. Not to trash them, I used to laugh on people who used to trash vegan people. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's actually bad because, some people don't like eating meat and we just go there and eat meat in front of them. Those people used to do it. That's what the laughing part is.
Right.
It's
So,
actually we shouldn't do that.
That's the funny part, right? I think I saw a meme once. So, there was this one guy who had a friend who'd eat twice the amount of meat. So, the vegan who's trying to make the difference wasn't really making a difference.
Yeah.
Because he was eating his portion as well.
Yeah.
So, regarding that, veganism is good. But like I told you, with anything, you cannot just directly go to being vegan. I don't think that's feasible, man. I've been eating, I don't think a meal is a proper meal without meat, I'll be honest. You can't tell me to eat all full vegetables, no dairy and everything the next day. That's just pointless, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to stick to it.
Yeah.
So I think the way they need to implement it is they need
small
better...
steps, you know?
Exactly.
If I'm eating meat 3 times a day, you can't just expect me to abandon meat the next day.
Right.
But if we can take it slow, instead of having it 3 times a day, maybe 2 times a day.
So you guys are basically going vegan.
No,
That's what
never
I'm
said
saying,
that.
No.
Listen. So first of all,
Nobody can convince me to get vegan.
here's the thing. I don't know, man. It's there's so many other things in life. Being vegan is
It's
the
like
least
a
of my
lost,
concerns at this point.
Exactly. It's like a lost cause, man.
I mean, I guess for us, for some people who have nothing to
Yeah.
do, first world issues, sometimes they do get into veganism. No
Exactly.
offense to them, of course.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly.
There's that, and what do you call it? But you cannot deny the benefits of veganism. It's actually a very good diet, one of the healthiest diets there is. Of course, you have to take supplements for stuff you get from meat, but like heart disease and everything, it decreases, like a whole lot.
Yeah.
But you need to take like supplements and stuff. That's the thing.
Have you guys heard of carnivore diet?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
That's
You guys
full
wanna
meat.
like ever did that or like experience it?
Not really, because carnivore diet basically means everything meat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do that. Like in our culture, we have bhat.
Yeah,
so
it's like a must.
rice is like that defeats the carnivore diet because we're having rice, which is a carbohydrate. So I don't think that's possible. That's too extreme, man. That's too much.
Yeah,
meat.
it's too much.
So I've been on an all sugar diet.
Oh man, you have no idea. He came over to my place yesterday, and my mom bought some chocolates.
Yeah.
And he opened the fridge. I was like, "Whoa, so many chocolates!" Like he
Hey,
took
man.
a giant ass Cadbury bar and ate the entire thing. And then he took some Kit Kats, and he was like, "I'm gonna have this on the way."
You have a sweet
As
tooth.
long as you work out, it's good enough.
No, that's one thing I agree with him. If you're gonna eat, make sure you work hard the next day to like burn it off.
But that's where I partly disagree as well, because it makes your eating habits very bad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I've been noticing, because right now I have all that thing about metabolism. I have time to work out.
Yeah.
What if in the future my metabolism slows down and I don't have time to work out, and if I eat shit like this, it's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you form most of your habits at this point. Later on, if you still eat like this, it's not gonna be good.
So
for
that's
your
the
health.
thing about people with high metabolism. Like I have high metabolism, so like if I eat a lot, I don't gain that much weight, right? So this is like a lot of people say, "Oh, you're lucky. You can eat as much as you want." won't
You
gain
are
weight."
actually lucky.
Yeah, but that's
you're not.
Yeah, I'm
But
not,
you're
because
not.
that's the thing. Like your body changes after you're like 30.
Exactly.
Your metabolism doesn't stay high anymore, right? So your metabolism falls, but your habits don't change.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna
So
be
you
eating a
still
lot.
be
So
eating.
people with high metabolism when they're young, they tend to be really fat when they're older.
Yeah, and you guys
That's
have a
crazy.
hard time putting on weight.
Yeah,
Right?
That sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like skinny fat, so every time I eat more, I get fat. So
I
I'm
guess
the
that's just
opposite.
called fat, bro.
I-
It's not skinny.
skinny fat is when you are skinny,
Yeah.
and your fat is out. You have like a dad bod.
Yeah, I
not
know what
that
it
skinny
is.
fat.
I see. So it's mostly your stomach.
Stomach is out. Used to be out, not anymore. I'm like fucking.
Yeah.
I guess so. I've been always that conventional fat lad. You know what I mean? If I eat, I get fat everywhere. I mean, although I don't look fat right now, but still, if I eat, I gain fat over the whole place.
Really?
Yeah. So like, I guess that's both a blessing and bad at the same time.
Nice.
Because the blessing wise, I can gain muscle very
Yeah,
easily.
bulk easily.
Bulk
Yeah.
easily,
Yeah.
but what do you call it? When it comes to losing fat and cardio, I fucking hate cardio.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that's the part where it gets a little challenging.
Yeah. What about you? Do you like work out and shit?
Yeah, I go to the gym. In fact, like I have my gym.
You have your own gym.
Yeah, in C block.
Like, fucking
Well,
rich.
I don't try there. You can come with me at 3.
C block.
Yeah.
It's like your own gym.
Nah, it's like rooftop. We have like all the equipments needed. It's good.
What?
It's not that big. It's small.
Okay.
So I can do that for free.
Sorry for interrupting you guys, first of all. And like, secondly, shout out to Madi Properties. That's the reason we're doing
Dude, I
this.
feel
He's,
shameless.
what do you call it? I guess they're very good real estate developers, from my opinion at least. Because everything they make is very stylish. And that's
Yeah,
where
I
the
know
gym
what to
comes from
say.
as well. That's where this whole setup comes from as well. So
you,
shout out to them.
you just
Thanks.
go there and work out at your own place.
Yeah, so we have a trainer. He shows me like all the things we do. So like on some days I do chest, bicep,
Okay.
then back tricep. So like that.
Get rid of the trainer. You don't need a fucking trainer.
Mm.
Everything is on YouTube.
Yeah, no, that's not the point. Like if I'm going alone, obviously I'm gonna slack off.
Yeah,
Get a bit
I know.
lazy. So that's why you need the trainer, to motivate you.
Right.
Just like I beat his ass during training,
Oh right,
joking,
you
I'm
guys
joking.
do MMA together. So I want to know more about that. Who's stronger?
Oh,
He's better. He's better.
Nah, we are both like at the same level, but I have like less experience. He has more fights.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
he's like he's a better, quicker learner than me, I guess.
Nah,
You
not
are,
that.
you
It
are.
was just like I'm a fan for a long time, so I have better like IQ.
Yeah, fight IQ. That's
Yeah.
Right.
So I've been
Alright,
watching.
so if
fights.
you guys fought, like right now, who'd win?
depends on how we
Depends
fight.
on how we
I can
fight.
fuck him up in the ground. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
What do you mean on the ground?
Like with
Ground
troops
is-
and shit.
grappling.
Oh,
Grappling and
acha.
shit.
Oh, right.
But you know, on striking,
Yeah.
his height and everything, he can utilize that. very
Yeah.
well.
Right, because that's one thing about fighting. Like the size makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and it's
So-
not even fair if I fight him.
Yeah.
Because I'm
A
Weight
Weight
classes are
different weight
completely
Weight class
different.
is different.
Yeah. So regarding that, so from that we concluded that I'm the better fighter.
Why don't you come? Why don't you come do martial arts with us?
Uttara, all the way there. So.
Dude, I go there sometimes
Yeah,
with
yeah.
boss. I don't even care. It's
Yeah.
like you don't have the interest to do that actually.
I mean, like, I'm not into fighting.
Yeah.
And plus, like, if I go, my parents are gonna be like, why are you going? We have a gym over here. But I will go, like, one day and see you guys.
You guys have strict parents.
Huh?
Yes,
No.
Oh
They're pretty
no,
chill.
opposite.
No, but, like, I won't be able to go, like, daily, right?
Right.
But I'll go and visit you guys.
Sure,
yeah,
of course. We're gonna drag you there one day.
Yeah.
Drag him in the ring and go 2-on-1. Fuck him up. Nah, it's a joke.
Dude, David
of
Bhai
course.
will get him in the ring and
Nah,
give him a
that's
bad day.
You don't wanna fuck with the trainer, man. He's gonna fuck you up so bad. It's like, what do you call it? We go in the ring, both of us.
Yeah.
We go, someone gets knocked down, he goes out, another guy goes in, he gets knocked down, he goes out.
Wow.
But it's like a part of it as well. Like, to get better, most of the time you have to fight
Yeah.
people better than
Alright.
Now, here comes the interesting part, right? We talked about veganism. Let's talk
Yeah.
about overall meat eating. So, because I know some people, like with Qurbani and everything, for some people they find it very violent. What do you call it? When you slaughter the cows,
Yeah.
they find it very violent to look at. What do you guys think about that? Like, what are your opinions about that? Is it like justified that they find it? It's fine they find it violent, but some people can't even look at it.
Actually, listen. So we've seen Qurbani eat since we're small, right? All
Right.
our lives. So
Mhm.
we're very used to it. But think about the people, especially in Western.
I'm talking about
regions, like-
Bangladeshis especially, not Western people. Like some
Bangladeshi people
Bangladeshi.
get mad because
I know some people who can't
Yeah.
really tolerate seeing it. They feel very bad for the animals.
different religion people.
No, it's the same. Some people are even like their
I
families.
feel
also.
like let's say when I was like a kid,
Yeah.
I didn't know much about religion.
Mm.
I used to feel bad about cows. That's what you mean?
So not really that. Like, to be fair, some people can't even like tolerate to look at it. Like we can look at a cow being slaughtered. We can normalize
No,
it.
but
right?
the question is, like,
Yeah.
are they okay with it? Like, if they're
They are not okay with it. That's the thing.
Oh, right.
They don't find it ethical to kill the cow like that.
Yeah. I mean, there are some people who are like okay with it. Like,
Yeah.
they support Qurbani, but
Yeah.
they can't see it. I mean, that's fine. Some
That's a
people have a
different
weak.
case,
Like, some
definitely.
people can't see gore.
Right.
But if you're like against it, they have to understand that this happens everywhere.
Everywhere.
This happens
exactly.
everywhere. Just because you're seeing it right now and you're against it doesn't mean it's not happening anywhere else. All over the world, like millions of cows are killed in like factories and shit.
Mm. So that's the point. Like, I also think, like, especially as a person who eats meat, right? To be fair, every time we buy meat, we have the dirty work done for us. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Everybody, the other people who are killing the cows so frequently, they're doing it for us. We're not even exposed to that. The only thing we see is that steak on our plate.
I feel like people actually should see the slaughter at least once,
Right,
because
right.
then they'll understand like what goes into
Mm.
like they just see when they go to the store they just see a piece of meat and they're like, all right, this is
Yeah,
my
they just
beef.
came out of nowhere. Somebody
They have
drew
to
that
see,
shit.
like this how it actually happens. It's
Mm.
Honestly, the way we do it as a Muslim, that's way better than they do it at the factory.
Definitely.
Right.
I think as well.
It's like a way we should do it. They don't get hurt a lot. They do get hurt.
I mean,
Don't get me
listen, to be fair, we don't know if they get hurt or not.
They
Because
get hurt a lot.
I don't know at least.
The slaughtering gets hurt a lot.
Nah, of course, if you die, you're gonna get hurt, right? You get your throat
No, but in the
slit.
factory, it's like brutal. You cut animals with machine. You know what?
Machines.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Wait,
you
like
can.
in factories, how do they actually do it? I don't actually know.
I saw in some like videos they do it in a machine. They put them on a machine, and also they like. I've also seen somewhere beat them to death.
Beat them.
Like, that's
to
not
death.
a
Beat?
factory.
I don't think that's a factory.
That's
man.
not a factory,
Yeah, I
but
don't think-
in other places.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
So like,
that's actually
yeah,
that.
I guess so. Maybe like I'm not completely sure about that. I guess. I mean, one thing I know is that if you want the steak, you need to kill it. No offense, but that's the way I see it. If you need the meat, there's one way or
Yeah.
another you have to kill it. Like it's
Meat is
inevitable.
really important.
Right. So what do you guys think about, like, what do you call it? Even if the you support it, right? You guys support Quran. I guess.
Oh
So.
yeah.
Because we're all Muslims and we're part of it.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about like being there present to like hold the cow down while it's getting slaughtered?
Hold the cow down.
Yeah, or like you guys killing it yourselves. You-
Alright. I mean, if it's safe
Yeah.
and if you wanna do it, then go for it. But I mean, I don't think anyone should be forced to do it.
No, definitely not. But my opinion is right.
Yeah.
I think like even if you're gonna have it,
Yeah.
anytime in emergency, you should be ready to kill it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'm saying this because like what do you call it? Maybe a cow's not lying down in front of me. I'm not like exposed to it. Definitely,
Yeah.
I don't know completely how I feel about this. But like I think if you're gonna have the meat, you can't really say that no, I can't kill it. You can't be afraid to do the dirty work.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta admit it.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna admit that maybe like right now I won't have the maybe I'll feel very very nervous if
Yeah.
if I'm like handed a fucking saw to kill it right now. But still. So
So what are you asking? Like to cut it yourself?
yeah, to kill it yourself. What do you think? about
Normally
it?
what is it? The
Religious
person
people they do it, but I'm saying even if you're exposed to a situation where like hypothetical situation
Ah.
where you might have to kill it, would you be okay with that?
If I'm in a bad position and the world is about to like, you know what
Bro,
I mean?
have you ever
Listen,
killed
man,
it?
we're not that important, you
Listen,
know.
have you ever killed it?
No, I haven't. I'm not putting you guys on the spot. I
Yeah.
genuinely want to know your opinion because like what do you call it? I've been trying more and more like to get closer to the events of the straight.
Listen, it's not just about like, you know, if you have the guts to do it or not. It's also about, do you know how to do it? Because a lot of us, if we do it the wrong way, the cow's gonna get hurt and it's just not your
Pretend
mess.
you know how to do it.
Alright.
I'm talking mostly about your ethical. If you find it moral to kill it.
Oh, morally,
Yeah.
it's ethical to
Yeah,
kill it.
if you can kill it, for you especially. If you are handed like what do you call it, the responsibility to kill it.
I've never read Quran with real meaning,
Right.
so I have to really get into it.
Okay, it's okay. You
A
can
lot of
have
things
mixed
I don't know.
opinions. Yeah.
So
Understandable. Like, think about what do you call it? Religion. Fine, I get it. It's a religious thing.
Yeah.
But like, other than religion, right? Would you still do it?
Yeah, I think I would.
You think you would?
Yeah.
You would be ready to kill it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
at least once in your life.
Once in your life. That's
Right?
what I mean. I'm not
I
saying you
mean,
have to do it
yeah.
every day. I'm just
That's
saying if
true.
you're like one situation,
Yeah.
like it's a pivotal moment in your life, I guess. You have
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
it.
I mean, it's kind of like a rite of passage, you know.
Yeah,
It-
exactly. So like regarding that, and shout out to all the what do you call it, koshais out there, you know, doing all the dirty work for us, man.
yeah,
Because I've seen how nasty it can get,
Yeah.
but then you know it looks so
and
delicious.
actually
on
the
the plate.
rickshaw pullers turned into koshais
Yeah,
at the
they are.
last moment.
They are.
That's
Rickshaw
how it
pullers, drivers, everybody's a koshai during
Yeah.
Qurbani, man. He earns you good money, okay?
They're like fucking monkeys out there.
Yeah.
Like getting inside the car and shit. I'm like, these guys are the real martial artists. What the fuck?
I know, right? Dude, you don't Ah, god damn it. That's some Krav Maga shit, man. They're gonna cut your balls off next. You never know.
The animals are scary. Kill an animal, it's hard.
Yeah, definitely. I guess it's maybe because we're growing up in this era where we've
Yeah.
never like had to do it ourselves. So that's the reason I wanted to know about it. It's like I genuinely wanted to know
Yeah.
about it. Of course, I don't want to push you guys into a corner.
Do you guys ever wish to go to an island like all bushes, like all green animals? There will be animals like an adventure. You know?
Right. We were
Complete
actually,
survival.
We're kind of talking about this
Survival,
because
right.
when we were playing this game called The Forest,
Yeah.
it's basically about surviving in an island. So we were playing it together, and we basically asked the same question: that what if we were stuck in an island?
Yeah.
I mean, except the cannibals.
Cannibals, of course.
'Cause
Yeah, there's cannibals in that island.
That's crazy people, cannibals who are gonna kill you and eat your flesh. So except that, like if it were just like animals and
Yeah.
trees, like would we be able to survive? Would you be able to survive if you were stuck in an
Huh.
island?
I think I will be able to survive until there is food, and then I think I'll turn
What do
into
you mean?
cannibals.
No, wait. That took a way different turn.
Hey, here's the thing. Let me finish, right?
Alright.
Here's the thing. Cannibals, the people that are cannibals,
Yeah.
they turned into cannibals because of the same reason I'm telling you.
Desperation.
No,
Of
because
food.
they stopped having food. They obviously eat animals.
Yeah.
Why do they eat cannibals? Because they maybe don't have the food. That's why they turned cannibals.
So you
Maybe.
mean they don't have access to other type of food? That's
Yeah.
why I know about that. But like, what do you call it? The question was right. If you're completely alone on an island, there's not other people.
Yeah.
Nobody go to a stranded island with him. He's gonna eat you.
On like the second day, I'm out of food.
I have no food. I have to kill you. Nah, but like, what do you call it? If you're completely alone, right? And there's animals on that island, like
Yeah.
small rabbits and lizards.
Yeah.
I'm making the whole forest city up
Yeah,
here, you know?
yeah.
That's like my one thing I always want to do.
Yeah.
I never get to do it.
Okay, that's where I disagree. I really don't want to try it because
You don't
I've
wanna
seen no.
It's
I
like
don't
a-
know.
No.
Life and death situation.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
seems easy when you see it in the movies, but
Movies.
it's actually
It's so
really
fascinating
hard.
when we see in the movies.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
experience
not
that,
that easy,
not
man.
to a position when I'm dying.
Also, when we were playing the forest, like we understood that if food, it's really important,
Yeah.
and water is oh my god, even more difficult to get because you can survive like a week without food, but you can't survive like even a day without water, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta find a water source, and you can't have it from the ocean because that's salty. You gotta boil the water,
Yeah.
and then for food, you gotta pick berries because you at the start you don't have any skill to hunt like animals and shit.
Yeah.
So unless like you're really athletic and ready to go out there, I don't think we'd survive.
Hey,
This guy can survive.
What are you telling me? I'm a caveman or something at this point?
I think three of us would survive. Like we would survive.
I guess so. When we're desperate about it, when we have a
Listen,
starving
because
stomach.
Figure out.
yeah, because if you're desperate, you're gonna do what it takes. You're gonna
Yeah.
run after that rabbit.
Yeah,
You're
just-
gonna climb that tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now we have access to everything.
But people who wouldn't survive, I'd say are old people, like really old people, and then kids, and like maybe someone with a disability,
Mm.
like.
Or just poor knowledge.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
There can
true,
be
that's
people
true.
who are not exposed to what
Yeah.
you call it.
Yeah.
Because let's be fair, when we play games and watch movies,
Yeah.
there's some stuff we gain like a lot of knowledge from. Some of them maybe are wrong, like making fire with two stones.
Yeah.
That doesn't work actually like that. It's more complicated to make a
Yeah,
fire.
but we can actually learn a lot.
We
from
can
it.
learn from
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
lot
exactly.
from
They
games.
live there
movies
for a
and
few
stuff.
days. They'll, I think, learn.
Yeah, that's different. But we already have that prior knowledge. Like even if it's not complete
I
in
mean,
depth,
general knowledge.
in general knowledge, like like that we can drink seawater directly
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So yeah, I like how it just went directly from like slaughtering
What is this
cows
game?
to forest
What is this
survival.
game? Forest.
It's like a
called the
survival
forest.
game.
Yeah.
So
It's-
how you survive in a forest.
It's-
More like your plane crashes right
yeah,
into
your
a
plane
forest, and that
crashes
forest
into
is
an
filled
island.
with cannibals, and you have to find your son who's abducted by the
Dude,
cannibals.
I hope I play. No, never wish for shit like that.
Right?
No,
Oh my
Dude,
God.
what were you gonna say? You're gonna say
Stuck
you.
for the.
Don't say plane crash, man. I don't think
I guess
people
that-
don't survive plane crashes. It's a very low chance
Very
of
low
survival.
chance.
The amount, I don't think people usually
Man,
survive.
people don't survive car crashes.
Car
Plane
crashes, exactly.
bro,
Yeah.
that's
The amount of
much
speed
worse.
it crashes with. You've seen the recent shit that happened in TikTok. People giving like plane crash survival advice and shit, and it's
What?
yeah,
Oh
and
my
it's like
goodness.
total bullshit. It's like that Karen who lives next door. She somehow knows something about
What
planes.
are the advice?
So usually you get that message like if a plane, what do you call it, is experiencing turbulence. If it's very
Yeah.
bad, you get to
Yeah.
turtle up like that.
Yeah.
She's like, don't do that. The airplane companies, they want you to die so you can sue them. Right. So, she says that what you do is you put your knees up on the board in front of you like
so
that.
she has been there.
No, it's
No,
Yeah,
it's-
like she has been there. As if.
fucking, honestly, it's like
being
people,
sarcastic.
bigots. I know you're being sarcastic. So the thing is, with plane crashes, the reason you put your head down is, I saw this from a pilot,
Yeah.
roasting the shit out of that lady,
Yeah.
is because, when, a plane hits something,
Yeah.
a lot of shit flies, right?
Okay.
You can get hit by, what do you call it, flying stuff in your head. That's the reason you put your head down.
Hmm.
If you put your legs up like this, first of all, you're gonna get hit by shit, first of all. And secondly, if the plane crashes, you're gonna knee your own face.
That's a pure TikToker. move.
Yeah, man, it's like...
Dude, it sucks when people don't know about a topic and they still gotta talk about it.
Exactly. So, for this, I'd also like to say the stuff we talked about by no means were experts.
Yeah, we're not
It's mostly our
experts.
opinions.
We
right?
just broke
It's
people
just-
talking shit.
Yeah,
We-
so broke. Oh
so
my
broke,
god,
Like,
man.
look at this.
Ah, what can we say, man? We're just poor people
You
here.
guys suck.
Nah, yeah, of course, it's mostly opinions, and like you were saying, people who don't know about stuff shouldn't give advice
Yeah.
about it, especially technical stuff.
No, it's more like, okay, fine, you can talk, but don't act like you're an expert.
Expert.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not doing that. I mean, we're not experts.
Yeah, we didn't do that either, and we've
Yeah.
given.
I think our
disclaimer.
audience will be around
Yeah,
17 to like early 20s, mid 20s, like
Who knows?
like
Whoever the fuck you are, you guys are awesome.
like
I
facing
guess.
the same
Yeah.
shit as us, you know.
Yeah. Maybe, man, maybe. So yeah, so regarding that, I guess a lot of that happens in Bangladesh as well with medicine. It's very
What do you
weird,
mean?
right? Like people give each other advice about medicine, and they, instead of going to the doctor for a prescription, I'm talking about local people. They
Yeah.
go to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist doesn't know shit about
Yeah,
what do you call
exactly.
it,
Alright.
like
Really
advanced diseases and stuff. And from that, most of the time they're given painkillers, and kisu hole, they're like, yeah, eat the painkillers, everything will be fine.
No.
Painkillers don't, like, what do you call it, help you recover from that. They just suppress the pain.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
hurt
I-
them in long term.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck you up in the long term. Painkillers and antibiotics.
Yeah.
Antibiotics, they also have that,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
not good
Yeah.
for you.
Like they start for antibiotics, you have to do it for the whole time, right?
Yeah.
You have to continue.
Mm.
They do it until the virus gets out of their system
Right.
and they stop it.
Yeah.
That's what's bad for our health.
Right.
Yeah, because it
right.
destroys your
Yeah.
immune system. Like your
Definitely.
body gets so dependent on the antibiotic.
Mm.
When you stop taking it, you might get.
Right, right. So the way I know this is, right, because my mom rants a lot about it. Because, she hates people giving fake advice, especially with medicine.
Oh yeah, you
Because she
should
has
tell
like a-
them what your mom.
So my mom's a doctor, basically.
Yeah.
Gynecologist, guys don't get any ideas. And,
Why did you like say shit like that?
because people get ideas when I say
People get
gynecologist,
ideas.
okay.
Oh,
Trust
man.
me, I found that out yesterday.
Yesterday.
They're like, can she do an abortion?
That's
No,
true.
she can't. Okay, fuck off. So yeah, regarding that, what do you call it? For example, I'll give you an example. Like, if you have a normal fever, a genuine fever,
Yeah.
it's pretty common, right? The best thing to do is like sit the fever out. What do you call it? There's no direct medicine for fever, except for painkillers that can suppress. And painkiller once in a while, that's fine. But some people directly take antibiotics from that. And what happens from that? Your body gets, like you said, too dependent
Yeah.
on antibiotics. And it even kills the good stuff in your body,
I know.
which fucks you up more in the future.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's not mostly about medicine we're talking about. It's mostly about people talking about shit they don't know jack shit about.
And here's the thing, the people like who are at lower class, they completely believe that,
Mm.
right? So
No, but then again, like they don't have the, they can't afford
Yeah.
proper doctors, so they
So-
don't have the privilege to actually. get
actually
proper
that's
advice.
true, but this is also a reason they have weak immune system, right?
I don't know actually.
Because most people die from them. From COVID, most people die
Maybe,
from the poor
maybe.
community. You know
Is
that?
it
Yeah,
true? I didn't know
it's
that.
about like immune system. I mean, there is, but it's also about like they can't afford like housing, so they all live really cramped areas.
There's
So-
dude. The thing is,
A
right?
lot of factors. A lot of
like
factors.
yeah, exactly. Like you said,
Mm.
there may be a lot of factors. It's not
Right.
just
Exactly.
that. What do you call it? The immune system and stuff.
It's
So we're
also
not experts about
Based
that. I
on the
don't know anything.
circumstances, maybe I would have done the same.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
I mean, they don't know any better, so we can't really judge them.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not saying judge them. It's
No, no,
a
we're not judging
problem
them.
of pharmacists
Yeah.
that's just brainwashing them.
That is actually true. I think
Yeah.
poor people are more exposed to that.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah, whatever they have access to, they go more
Yeah, I
to
mean,
that
because they're the most vulnerable group of any
Mm.
society.
definitely.
So it's
Man,
really unfortunate.
that is true. So like I said, stuff about veganism and stuff. You forget about stuff like this when you're poor. So
Yeah.
people saying a lot of shit about environment and shit. People don't care about the environment, man. A lot of people can't even think about
Exactly.
food next day. Why the fuck do they give a shit about the environment if they can survive?
See, veganism and stuff like that, you can't apply to all countries. Because in Bangladesh,
Exactly.
people are lucky to even get food throughout the day, and we're
Exactly.
talking about not having meat and stuff like that. So
I mean, to be fair, like what do you call it? Bangladesh, the starvation rates are much better now than the future.
Yeah.
It's like if we
Obviously
talk
it's
about like
getting better.
African countries where like there's malnutrition and
Yeah.
stuff a lot. Regarding that, do you really think you can put them on all vegan diet?
Yeah, we can do
We
even
can
mountain
do
dog,
that,
which
yeah.
is really easy to cheat.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly. So
cheap to get.
everything that applies to the first world doesn't apply to other.
it doesn't
countries.
apply.
It's
Yeah.
not feasible.
But I still
Yeah.
wish I was born in a first world country. To be honest,
Ha, I guess so. I don't know.
I
Maybe
still
life would have been different.
wish I was like a Karen.
You're a Karen. Yeah, we call that a ramen.
Oh, that's one of your friends.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like a Karen.
Shout out to Rami.
Yeah.
No, but I'm kind of glad we're born here because we're getting to see both the first world and the actual,
Because we're in the middle.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, let's be honest, man. We're living pretty good lives.
No,
we're
like
like on
think
the
about it.
privileged
People
class.
who are born into like really privileged countries, they never see the ugly side, right? And people who are born into the ugly side, they never see like the privileged side because they can't dream of even having a car or anything, right? So in this middle ground, we get to see both sides, and so like it gives us a much better
So
perspective.
we're basically privileged and acting like a Karen.
You just took that meaning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, you can say that one way or another because we're talking about shit, and that's what we do mostly.
And we also get the privilege to do this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if we go deeper down to the philosophical level, we can even get the privilege to live, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if we didn't live. Imagine that's like a whole new different train of thought, right? It's like,
getting too deep.
I'm getting too deep, maybe not the first time.
Imagine South African players getting to MMA. Francis Ngannou got into UFC and UFC champion. Can you believe that? He used to do, what is it called?
What do you call it? They were, what's it called, man?
Plumbing,
Sand miner.
right?
No,
No,
not plumbing.
no.
There was some kind of what do you call that?
Sand. He used to work in coal.
Yeah,
mines,
like a
sand.
sand mine or coal mine or something. It's
Right.
like a lot of So to give you background information, right? So there's this guy. He's from Africa, and I think he has like the strongest punch in the entire world.
Yeah.
It's like the same as being hit by Ford Escort.
Yeah.
At high speed, okay.
Yeah.
So like that guy, what do you call it? He's a super athlete and he's from Africa.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? I think he somehow escaped. He's from Cameroon.
He's from Cameroon. He flew to Paris,
Yeah.
France. Then
Yeah.
he came to. He was,
Yeah, so he's a champion, right? And he worked in a sand mine since he was small, and that's how he developed his power. It just shows you and he also has the genetics, of course.
Yeah.
No, it
Crazy
goes to
genes.
show that it doesn't matter where you start. If you work on yourself,
Definitely.
you can do whatever you want.
And it also depends on the circumstances. Like that power he developed, he
Yeah.
did it subconsciously. He never knew he was gonna become a MMA
Yeah,
fighter.
you become more stronger when you're in bad position.
That
Yeah.
also shows you have hidden gems everywhere, man.
Exactly. So like we said,
Yeah.
there's a lot of super athletes coming from countries like Africa and shit. Because what do you call that just sounded like the most ignorant shit I've ever said. I said countries like Africa. I mean the continent of Africa, okay?
Racism is deep. I'm telling you, racism is deeply rooted.
My apologies for that. So from Africa at least, there's a lot of super athletes coming, especially because they have good genetics.
Yeah.
And that is true. The African people have better genetics usually.
Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Guys are fucking.
Tall has. Man, give me some of your genetics at this point. I need that height. But that's that. So yeah.
They also have good genetics, to be honest.
You? Yeah, of course you do.
We do. You do too.
You do.
You also do. You have a good body. You just.
I mean, yeah, I do have a good body. But what do you call it? You have the height and everything, I guess.
I'm not that tall. If I'm in a first world country, I'll get fucked.
Comparatively.
I'm 6'3". I'm not that tall.
We're talking about our insecurities there, so.
It's not really. It's fine.
How tall are you, by the way?
I'm how tall am I? 5'8", I guess.
No, you're taller than me.
No, not tall.
No, you're the
Fucking
tallest
stand.
here.
You
Yeah,
fucking
stand up,
Yeah.
motherfucker. He's taller.
You're taller.
Yeah.
So you're 5'8",
Wait,
I would be
so-
like 5'10".
I guess so, yeah.
And I'm
Not
10
so
feet
much.
2.
We know why you didn't stand up.
Man. But that's the thing, I guess. It goes back. We're measuring height right now. I think that's the thing that guys face a lot, especially during their younger years with
Nice
height.
topic you brought up.
Yeah, because I did as well. Me, when I found out that my height wasn't ideal, oh my god, the insecurities, they hit bad.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with it now, definitely. But you come to accept it over some time. But I guess so, it's the societal standards again.
I saw this YouTube meme video that this girl on Tinder.
Yeah.
She was asked by the guy that, hey, what's your no, the girl asked, what's your height?
Yeah.
So she says something and asked the girl, what's your weight?
Hey,
She got
there you go.
pissed.
She got pissed.
Exactly.
That's a double
She got
standard right
pissed.
there.
Double standards, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
She started cursing. So
Right.
she was like, why does it matter? Or then why did my height matter?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I got asked the same question by a girl once. I look like 5'3" on my bio. I do that because I just want to avoid getting asked that question.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And one girl still asked me.
that's a
She's like,
very
"What
good
does
one.
5'3" in your bio mean?" I said, "The size of my brain." And you know, I mean, come on, man, you can't be that
You
dumb.
could have said something better.
My third leg.
What did she say?
She just left at it, and you know, it never led to anywhere because that's
And
what mostly
girls
thinks
ghost you.
Tinder
Most girls
goes
ghost you
to.
on Tinder.
What? I swear to God, I don't know, but like I feel like sometimes girls, what do you call it? They have a higher amount of people to pick from than guys.
Yeah,
do.
right.
Yeah.
That's a fact, I think.
It's a fact, and that's like, honestly, with everything going on, they're just out there to get some attention, to be honest.
A lot of girls.
A lot of girls are, and you know, not only that. Sometimes in Tinder, I guess like you can even see their ego pop up like that. I remember I saw one girl just write on her bio, "Listen, I'm too high above you. Even if I talk to you, it's a blessing for you." It's like,
Dude.
who the fuck swipes right on you? And
She
like,
said that?
and the reason she has that, imagine the reason she still has that account is because people actually still swipe right on her.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. Girls, like, I'm not saying all girls are like this, of course not.
She
But
said
you know,
that to you?
no, she didn't say that to me. She legit has it written on her bio.
Oh, bio.
I didn't even
What
swipe
she
right
said.
on her, right? So like, imagine writing that on your bio and keeping that account means guys actually do swipe right on
Yeah.
her. And the one thing this just brings you up that some girls get to behave this way because guys just let them.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not saying this in a way that like I hate girls or anything. There's like, listen, it's a individual thing. It's not all girls. But you know,
Oh, goodness.
this, what do you call it, behavior, that's the problem. Like sometimes
Yeah,
a lot
because
of people
that's
allow-
honestly that's just being a bad person.
Yeah,
Like
it
that's
is.
not acceptable. Like on any level.
Right,
Yes,
it's
right,
really not. It's like, why the fuck would you write shit like that? Why
Like,
the fuck are you here?
I never right swipe on like girls that put up this kind of this one bitch like fuck you on her bio. Fuck you.
Wrote fuck you.
Yeah. Like
Very
what is
interesting.
it? Like the first time you started cursing? First time you know what fuck you means, like
It's like in third grade. Hey, fuck.
if I see her in real person, I'll just show this to her and like tell the whole world she said this. Like look at her. Like,
I
what do you
mean,
think
yeah,
you are?
yes. Tinder has its own set of toxicity. In that
Yeah,
sense.
they just
Yeah.
think they can.
You can't get away with that in real life. I don't think so. It's like, what do you call
See,
it?
that's the thing. Internet, it gives you like, a cover.
Cover,
basically,
right.
In real life, I don't think that most of like 80% of the girls wouldn't say all that.
Internet also makes you feel like you're more cool than you think.
I mean,
That-
I guess
More
that's
than-
more of a like individual thing. Some people, internet.
No,
they
but
get
honestly,
motivated,
like a lot of people, they feel like much larger when they're online.
Yeah.
Right. Keyboard warriors. That's what we call them.
Yeah, and it's like people get a false sense of reality.
Yeah.
Mm.
They think that, oh, just because I have like so many followers, I'm like better than everyone else.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything. Okay?
That is true. That is true.
That doesn't
That's the
mean
same
anything.
reason they put this bios.
Yeah.
Man, most of the people like the reason dating apps were made were for like I don't know why the fuck they were
Dating
made.
apps,
Man.
they
For
were
mo-
not-
okay, let's be honest. The reason they were made for money. that's
Yeah,
that's the
honestly.
main thing, right? But dating apps, that whole I think they don't align with what the real purpose is. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I feel like maybe I haven't been exposed to the right side of Tinder yet, but the way I've seen Tinder is it most of the time doesn't lead to anywhere.
Yeah, never led to,
No.
maybe 1 or 2 times led to anything, but I never dated anybody from Tinder.
Exactly. Maybe it's
I
because of
mean,
our age.
I never
Like,
used Tinder.
You never used to?
I never had
man,
to.
egos real life. Like he said.
Yeah, I don't like online. Everything's real life.
That's really good, honestly.
That's very good. Yeah, that's
really
something I
good.
respect.
Yeah.
Man. It's honestly very true.
Because you can't really get to know a person from online.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Tinder is mainly for setting up dates so you get to meet
Yeah.
someone.
No,
Man,
no,
but you
there's
can't
a-
even set up a date with someone.
There's another reason why I go for online. Because, okay, so online, I go for real life. Because online, people might post a picture of themselves, right? And it's so edited. They look so different in
Yeah.
real life. You can't even recognize them.
Right.
Like,
That was
I,
mostly-
honestly, because I don't prefer girls with makeup. Like, I don't want them to be artificial. Just be yourself. Like, guys don't put on makeup. Why should girls?
It's not really that bad. Like
I
makeup.
mean, makeup
if
I can
it's a-
tolerate to a man. Listen, if you're gonna fucking change your
Change your
complete look,
entire self.
entire like
Nah,
it's
that's
to an
bad.
extent I agree with. Makeup
Yeah.
fine, girls can feel pretty about themselves. I guess that's the
Yeah,
thing they do fine. But like if you change your complete look, if you're a completely different person, when
Nah,
you take the makeup off.
that's what I'm saying.
Imagine you
Yeah.
sleep with someone with makeup on and you wake
You
up and you
as
don't
a
recognize them.
different person.
It's like what the fuck, man. You
That's
can't
crazy.
really. That doesn't
Yeah.
really go, you know. So that's our stance on makeup, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yes.
guess should we bring an end to today's episode?
Yeah, it was fun. It was,
It was
fun.
very
this
fun,
was
yeah.
fun.
Live session.
Our first live.
A live podcast, you know.
Thanks to this guy.
Yeah, of
Afnan.
course.
Thanks, man.
Aafwan.
Afwan.
Aafwan,
Thanks,
yeah.
man.
No problem, guys.
See how ungrateful he is.
Hey,
he,
what do you mean?
he set the whole thing up and he said, his
No,
name.
just to clarify, this is my first time meeting him, and I've known John for like 2 years, so we're pretty close.
And yeah, by the way, I like pulling legs a lot, so don't take any
Yeah.
of that serious.
So we're just messing
Yeah,
around.
I still beat him in martial arts.
Yeah, we're just gonna say that.
We
We're
will
just
see
gonna
that
say
one day. I'll make you two
You
fight.
fight, you talk the most shit,
I'm the McGregor here, you know.
but I whoop your ass by Khabib, right?
I guess so. You're not as silent as him though. Nah, but yeah, you know what? Now it's just turning into a damn press conference. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Alright.
it's never gonna end.
Okay, so,
So yeah, thank you guys for listening.
yes,
Yeah, thanks,
This
guys.
is the Brokecast signing out.
these
Kudos.
guys.